I think I was around 3 or 4 years old when I started. As in any other sport, you have to prepare so much more mentally than physically. I remember the feeling of, oh my God, I failed so much. Probably could have won the first place, but it was just a mental pressure. My trainings got harder and harder, and I had to go, before school at 6 a.m. almost every day. At some point, I guess it was just too hard for me. I'm trying to find out what it takes for a young kid or a teenager to devote his or her life to that one goal. How do they find that will inside their heart to keep going forward?
Hardest part about figure skating is knowing that eventually you might fail, but in the end it'll be worth it, because in the end it'll be a success. You have to be brave, willing, and you have to have courage.
I see it two ways. So I see like an extreme way where skating is like an extreme sport. You need to be like kind of like crazy to do it in a way and perform, and there's the side where it's like artistic and you can see it's like grace.
My mom used to skate, and she just wanted us to do skating lessons. She didn't think we were going to be any good. So she was just like, oh, we'll just throw them in.
I started off really bad. A couple of people suggested that I switch sports because I was not improving. I just kept at it. It took a couple years to start seeing some improvement.
Catherine is very competitive by nature, and I don't think it would matter what she did. She would just really work at excelling and at winning at the sport. She took to figure skating. She's much more of an athlete than she is an artistic skater. She does big jumps, and she really takes pride in the power that she has when she skates. And Audrey is much more esoteric about everything. She seems to be naturally talented, never had to work as hard at it as her sisters. Wanted to be a little different than her sisters, I think, and skate pairs, because that was never really an option for them. So that was the avenue she chose. She loves it.
The first day we went to skating in the hockey academy. I say she's pretty brave when the time she move around. She would get up quickly. So in a part I feel she was really strong, and she doesn't mind the cold if she's having fun.
It was probably my first international competition. Even though it was, my mom was there, my coach was there. Probably it was the first time I felt so much pressure of, okay, I have to do it right, I have to do the program. And I remember when I went and started skating, the first 30 seconds went all right, but then I fell, and I fell again. Everything just started to go dizzy, or I don't know, it was hard to breathe almost.
During those times, you see your competitors and you're panicking and you're like scared. So the meditation brings you back to earth. One time, when I was doing my first time, my short program, I did the spin and I was like, whoa, boom, and because I was thinking it was going to go faster, but then I fell on it, and then I got scared, but there's people clapping, and at first I was like, why are they clapping? Why did they think that was good? And then my dad told me they were clapping because they were trying to encourage you so you could keep going.
So I think about my technique, but after I think I'm just gonna do it. I don't really think about missing, because if I think about missing, I'm gonna miss. I don't know, it's kind of stupid, but yeah. If I see myself falling, I'm 100% falling. Yeah.
I have to concentrate a lot to make everything good. So I feel concentrated, but then also when I do something good, I feel happy. And then if I do something bad, I'm sad or mad. But when it's mostly good, so I'm mostly happy when I skate.
Usually when I'm in competition, it's just white. I just do it because in training I always do it. And yeah, I don't really think in competition, I don't really think about something. I just think, do what you do in practice.
When I'm competing, there's not a lot going on in my head. It's more like, I call it autopilot. It's what I do in training and just let my body take over. If I overthink, then it's just all negative thoughts in my head. And in training, I'm usually thinking about how can I push myself harder and what can I do today to make myself better. Everything I do is to help improve me in skating. And there's a lot of sacrifices you have to make to be good.
I don't really have time for any hobbies. I wake up, I go to school, I come to the rink, and then I go home, and I have time to do my homework, and then get ready for tomorrow. That's it. I definitely focus more on skating, which is probably a bad thing, but school, it's kind of like a second thing, like something I do on the side.
I think it was 2 years ago, I had the 3 girls competing all in singles, and Audrey and Gabriel were competing in pairs as well. So to go to a competition, you're in the rink, 12 hours a day for 3 or 4 days straight, and it's really hard. It's like your own heart is out on the ice. It's such joy when they do well, when they achieve what they set out to do.
This is not something I taught her what to do. This is in her. It's very inspiring.
To skate in front of a crowd, to give 100% of yourself and not fail. I guess that feeling stuck to me throughout these years. And only when I was back on the ice with these amazing skaters and watching them dance in the cold, I realized that in the end, it all comes down to one thing. It's that passion, that determination in them. And no matter how hard it is, no matter how stressful or painful it is, you always find joy in it. And that's what makes this sport beautiful.